Hey seniors, hope you guys are doing well. Just wanted to go over a few notes for the week. So first off, as a district and as a school, we're easing up on the workload. We know a lot of you guys are taking care of younger siblings, you guys have jobs, you guys are a little overloaded with 7 different assignments from 7 different classes every day. So don't worry about taking attendance each day. You don't have to sign into every class. Administration is going to be sending you guys a message just so that we can streamline attendance a bit more. So again, don't worry about checking in every day for this class or your other classes. All right, Q3, quarter 3 still closes on Friday. So if you have any missing assignments in PowerSchool, or you have any questions or concerns about grades or assignments, please send me an email. I want to make sure we get all that taken care of before we move into quarter 4. All right, we are still having April break next week, so we'll work on Curious Incident and writing thesis statements this week, and then we'll be off for April break next week. All right, so the objective for today is how to write an effective thesis statement. So we're getting into the essay portion of this, basically of my time with you guys. So for this week, first off, just read and or listen up through page 177, which is up to chapter 211 because of the prime numbers in Curious Incident. And then I'll attach a PDF and an audiobook attachment. So the audiobook's in a few different MP3s. So you have to just make sure you're choosing the correct one. All right, complete the thesis assignment, which is going to be due on Friday. So that'll be your only assignment for the week. So since we are easing up on work, I'm just going to be posting this on Monday. I'll hold a few office hours during the week, but then you're just going to have one assignment due on Friday. So optional office hours to help you with that are Wednesday 12 to 1 and Thursday 12 to 1. If you can't make those or you have questions during another time, just send me an email. I can always answer questions over email, or we can set up a time to meet on Google Hangouts. All right, so the thesis assignment due Friday. Just a couple notes on this. So when you're writing your thesis statement, which your goal by the end of this assignment is to write your thesis statement and then just support it with 3 quotations from the book. So your thesis has to be specific. So something specific, not just Christopher is acting this way, has to be arguable. So you can't just say that, oh, Christopher has difficulty communicating with others. That's obvious. You have to make an arguable claim. You have to say, all right, so why does this matter? If you're making a thesis about his difficulties communicating, all right, why does this matter? And you might say, all right, because, this usually includes a because in your thesis statement. It's important because it helps, it implies that society needs to go out of their way and find different ways to communicate and not just solely rely on person-to-person oral communication. And it should be insightful, like the statement I just gave you. It looks at communication in a different light. If you're doing these first 3, you usually don't have to worry about the 4th one. It usually is insightful if you can be specific, arguable, and answer why it matters. So in example 1, this is just a sample thesis that's half decent because most of you guys have you guys have all written thesis statements. You're seniors, so I don't want to give you a really bad one because I think you already know what a really bad one looks like. So example 1 is all right. So an analysis of the college admissions process reveals one challenge facing counselors: accepting students with high test scores or students with strong extracurricular backgrounds. So it's very specific. I mean, we're looking at the college admissions process. We're looking at students with high test scores and students with strong extracurricular backgrounds. So we're not just saying students. It's not that arguable. I mean, you could say, well, that's not really a challenge because they found a workaround about it. But I mean, that just is a challenge they're facing. So just say what the effect of that is, for example, which ties in with the why does it matter. So you always want to look at the effects or say, all right, so what's the impact of this? And it's kind of insightful, and I think you'd get the insight once you hit on these 2 criteria. So instead of saying accepting students with high test scores or students with strong extracurricular backgrounds, you might want to continue that. So it reveals one challenge facing counselors, accepting students with high test scores or students with strong extracurricular backgrounds, and then include what the effect of that is. So just explain that effect, and then you'll be in good shape. Cool. All right. Example 2 is an A+ example. So it's specific, it's arguable, it shows why it matters, and it's insightful. Author and biologist Rachel Carson, I did one of my thesis papers on her, was successful in starting a movement and a nationwide ban on pesticides. She got the pesticide DDT banned, which was killing all the bald eagles. So author and biologist Rachel Carson was successful in starting a movement and a nationwide ban on pesticides because her book evoked passion for keeping nature safe from harmful chemicals, a feat that less impassioned research and facts could not accomplish. All right, so specific. It was a nationwide ban on pesticides. It's arguable. This is a nice arguable claim. You needed the passion, and she had to do a novel, like a fictional novel, because research and facts couldn't accomplish that. Why does it matter? Well, it matters because you banned pesticides, and we're saying, hey, sometimes you need to mix fiction with research and facts. And because you hit on the first 3, it's insightful. It's a cool claim. It's an interesting claim. Good. All right, so for writing your thesis statement, 3 steps, and you'll hit on all 4 of those criteria above. So step 1, give a context or essential background information. So author and biologist Rachel Carson started a movement that banned pesticides. That's not your thesis, that's just getting into your thesis. We talk about the author, we say her title, she's a biologist, and we say what she did. She started a movement. State a claim. And now we're actually just arguing that her book evoked passion, and that's why it was effective. And then explain why it's important, and it's the passion. The movement couldn't have been started without emotion. Science, research, and facts were not enough to motivate people to stop using pesticides. All right, so those are the 3 steps to write a thesis statement. And once you write it, just self-critique. Is it specific? Is it arguable? Does it show why it matters, and is it insightful? And then just write your thesis statement here. For the curious incident of the dog in the nighttime, the easiest or the most prevalent topic is communication, which we've chatted about. Autism, or how different brains work differently, which you guys have read articles on. Or you can just talk about another topic of your choice. But write your thesis statement down here. I'll give you feedback on it. And then just list 3 supporting quotations. Cite them with page numbers. So 3 quotes. And then just give a max of 10-word explanation of how these quotations support your thesis statement. So you guys have all done this type of support before. So I'm not too worried about you guys finding the quotes and explanation, but let me know if you have trouble with that. What I really want to focus on is making sure you guys have solid thesis statements. All right, so this is your assignment due on Friday, April 3rd. And just a reminder, it's also the close of quarter 3, so make sure you get in any missing work. And see me during office hours if you guys have any questions, Wednesday or Thursday, 12 to 1. The link will be in the description here. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well, and I will see you online or at some point in the near future. All right, take care, guys.